Okay, video today is about hidden extras when it comes to putting a company into liquidation. What do you mean, Chris? What are the hidden extras? If you're looking at placing your company into voluntary liquidation, you are going to be charged a fee to liquidate your business. Generally speaking, £4,000 to £6,000 maybe for a small business in the UK. If you're a bigger business, then fees are going to go up relatively. But that is not all you're going to be charged in most cases. So it's really, really important you understand these points. I'm just going to do a little bit of a plug for First Business Rescue here. When we have a client, we make sure we outline all costs to them up front so there's no hidden surprises down the line. But these are the things that might bite you on the backside after you go into liquidation if you've not discussed them beforehand. Overdrawn directors' loan accounts. If you've got an overdrawn director's loan account, the insolvency practitioner, and they're just doing the job, by the way, their job is to try and get the money back off you to disperse to creditors. So if you owe that company money, don't think that it's going to go away. And it's important that you have a discussion with the insolvency practitioner before you appoint them. Because if you've got, let's say that you owe the company 50,000 quid. I know it sounds a lot of money, but you'd be surprised at how many people owe the business money in a liquidation scenario. What's going to happen is when you go into liquidation and you think that it's all tidied up for £4,000 plus VAT, they're going to write to you for £50,000, and they're well within the rights to. And they could chase you through the courts, maybe even make you personally bankrupt if you don't comply and pay it back. So really important, if you've got an overdrawn director's loan account, I bang on about this every single week. Make sure you discuss it with the insolvency practitioner before you make an appointment. The second hidden extra that might come down the line is if you've been accused of making any preference payments. So what's a preference payment? Listen, a preference payment is where you, the director, have paid a supplier or a personally guaranteed, an amount that's been personally guaranteed to the detriment of other suppliers. So let's say, for instance, I don't know, you borrowed 15 grand off your dad, and you owe the HMRC 20 grand, you owe your suppliers 20 grand, and you owe your bounce back loan of 20 grand. Well, if you pay your dad back over everybody else, you've preferred to pay your dad instead of paying everyone else, and they've all lost out. So that's something that you could be chased for personally after the fact that you go into liquidation. Okay. Another hidden extra is selling assets below market value. So a lot of companies, what they're going to do, certainly in the current climate, the business has been decimated over, not just COVID, is it now? It's COVID and bloody inflation. Everybody's feeling the pinch. And a director might think, well, the best option for me is to start another limited company. I'll change the name. I'll put this into liquidation and I'll start another company. And they're perfectly entitled to do that. It's within the laws as long as they do it properly and speak to the appropriate people. Now, if you've transferred the assets of your insolvent company to your new company at under value, that's something that the insolvency practitioner is going to pick up on once they become appointed. So I've heard it in the past where, I don't know, let's put an example. There was 100 grand's worth of machinery, plant and machinery, and the director has basically sold it to his new company for £1,000. And he's done it on a little sheet of paper that's saying new company's buying up from old company, all this stock and machinery for £1,000. Well, the insolvency practitioner is going to look at that and he's going to go, well, that's not right, is it? Because it's the creditors of the insolvent company that are going to be losing out. Now, that can get reversed once you go into liquidation. And again, they can chase the new company for the money that should have been paid for the assets, or they're going to chase you personally. Now, the way to overcome this is if you're considering a pre-pack liquidation and you're considering taking assets from your insolvent company into a new company, just make sure that you make your insolvency practitioner aware of this. Make sure you instruct an independent valuer and get a sale and purchase agreement, and keep your insolvency practitioner abreast of everything that's going on, especially if you're going to be selling those assets before you go into liquidation. So I hope I've covered some interesting points there. Remember, hidden costs that can bite you on the bum after you go into liquidation are things like overdrawn directors' loans, preference payments, selling assets under value. I hope you found the video useful. Any questions, drop them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you'd like the answer to, why don't you let us know about it, and we might be able to do a video to put you out of your misery and leave you a little bit more enlightened on the subject. Have a lovely day. Thanks for your time. My name's Chris Worden.